This is Charlie for Topic, and in this video I'll be showing you how to set up the Profoto Air Remote TTL-S for Sony on a compatible Sony body, like in this case the Sony A7 III. I'll also be using a Profoto A1 unit for Nikon and a Profoto B1 unit to see if it actually triggers it. Now, for a list of compatible Sony cameras, please refer to Profoto's website. You'll find a handy link in the description. Now, at the moment we seem to have a little bit of an issue, because if I press the shutter button, absolutely nothing happens. The camera is not triggering the Air Remote system. Luckily, that's an easy fix. We just have to activate the wireless flash function on this camera body. To get to that, you have to dive into the menus and then wade through all of them until you find this menu group right here. And down here you have a function called wireless flash. So make sure that that is switched to on. Also, under that same menu group, just change the flash mode to something like either full flash or slow sync. And let's see if it works now. Brilliant! It's triggering both units. Now, just a couple of interesting points. Firstly, I can use the function button there to get a shortcut to my flash modes, also flash compensation settings. So under flash modes, you'll see that I don't have a function for high-speed sync. Also, on the remote itself, there's no button next to sync, so I can't change the sync mode on the remote itself. So how does this thing switch over to high-speed sync, or is it available at all on this body? Luckily, on the Sonys, the moment I use a shutter speed higher than the sync speed of 250th of a second, it automatically switches to high-speed sync mode. Now at first nothing changes on the remote, but the moment you take a photo, you'll see on the remote that it briefly changes over to high-speed sync mode. Now another thing to be aware of is to set the overall flash exposure compensation. I have to use the function in the camera body. There's no overall flash compensation function on the remote. Now at first it looks like there might be one, because you can set the energy outputs for each of your assigned groups, but remember, these energy outputs are relational. So that means that's just the relation of the power of this group, like group B, to the other group. So in this case, group A is set to full power, normal power, and group B is set to be 2 stops underexposed from group A, so to act as a fill light. Now to set the overall flash exposure compensation is easy. Again, I'm just going to use the shortcut menus there, go into the flash compensation, and we can dial it all the way down to -3 on the body for more fill-in flash use, or dial it all the way up to +3 for more exposure. Now, just one more quirky thing that I found is that if you use a flash mode setting of rear sync, your shutter speed is capped to the sync speed of 250th of a second. So if you're using your favorite Sony camera with this Air Remote TTL-S system, and for some reason your shutter speed won't go over 250th of a second, just have a look. You might accidentally have set it to rear sync mode. So just remember the couple of important things in this video. Firstly, if your remote does not work with your camera body and it's a compatible camera body according to the website, just make sure that A, firmware has been updated, and B, that the wireless flash function has been activated on the camera body. And also, if you have that quirky thing where you can't go into high-speed sync mode and the shutter speed won't go over 250th of a second, just make sure you're not accidentally in rear sync mode. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you get great results using your Profoto Air Remote on your favorite Sony camera.